Hello, my Cosmic Egg friends. Didn't I do a reading for you just like last week or something? I'm really surprised to see you pop up again so soon. But here we go. So, Cosmic Egg, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final egg in the journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have trod, I think it should be trod, but the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. So you might want to imagine an endless knot, the Celtic endless knot, if you've ever seen that. It's something like that. The cosmic egg and the seventh chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward toward Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. That is very ambitious. So, it seems that you have been working on yourself for a long time, trying to become fully realized. And I have no idea where you are on your journey, how successful you have or have not been, just that there's always more to go, right? All right. So, now looking at the tea leaf cards to determine or help determine whether or not this is your reading, we just start off with bag, something important such as a new job or raise. And then we have beetle, good fortune. So it seems that financially, probably you are doing well, or have been doing well. But we also have rat and peacock, someone working against you behind your back, and beware of great pride. Yes, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins for a reason. And I don't know about the rat in your life. But perhaps your pride is provoking this rat. Or your showiness. Then we have June. So something has happened, will happen, routinely happens in June that is significant to you. This could be anything from a special event like a wedding or a birth, or it could be a birthday, an anniversary. So there's something special about June, or has been. And then we have claw. Be careful, do not take risks. It may be that in June in particular, you need to be careful, more careful than usual. If you look at the cycles of your life, you may notice that there is a pattern to how things happen in your life. Certain times of year may be more eventful for you than others, whether for external or internal reasons or cosmic reasons. I have no idea, but you might. And you may have noticed that June is a month that you need to be extra careful. All right, now then, why are you here? You've done all this work, you've made all this progress. I'm sure you are continuing to make progress, because if you have the cosmic egg, you are well aware that the work is never truly done. But let's see what the Animal Tarot has to say about why you are here. You have strength in reverse. That's interesting. Let's see what else. 7 of Cups, so some confusion about choices to be made. Choices, well, I don't know, uncertainty. Maybe about choices you've already made. Maybe concerns about whether or not you, how you are expressing strength. We have the World in reverse. So, a chapter is on the cusp of ending, or you think it should be, and yet it hasn't happened. Why hasn't it happened? We have the 9 of Swords. This is causing you a great deal of anxiety. And the 8 of Pentacles in the uncertainty position. So, has the work been done? Maybe you are having doubts about what you have done or have not done. So strength is about sensitivity, compassion. It is about the gentle forms of strength that are usually discounted as unimportant or not true strength, especially if you are in the alpha male or alpha bro mentality. And the truth of the matter is that these forms of strength are considered true leadership. So, the ability to have compassion, to see things from another's point of view. It is all about self-respect, self-compassion, and the ability to have respect or compassion for others. So understanding, empathy, sensitivity. So if you are sensitive, you are able to see problems coming, and if you are able to react in a sensitive manner, then you can act with subtlety and prevent small problems from becoming large ones. And yet there is this confusion, too many choices, or have you made the right choice? The chapter has not ended. It may be stuck due to anxieties. There's definitely some anxiety here with the 7 of Cups in the uncertainty position, strength in the reverse position. There may be, so it may be that when you become anxious or stressed, that you default to some harsher patterns that are not actually signs of strength so much as bad habits. Maybe more conventional, but not productive. We have here the 8 of Pentacles in the uncertainty position, so really uncertain about your work in some fashion. And the Wheel of Fortune doesn't really seem to be going anywhere. It's not as stuck as if it were reversed, or, it's not giving you bad luck, but it's sort of mid-spin. You don't know whether you're coming or going. Okay. And so that's certainly a lot. I don't really have a sense here of what the main issue is, what the confusion, the anxiety is about. We have Cups, we have Swords, we have Pentacles. We don't have Wands, so I guess it's not about inspiration. Okay. But everything else has shown up. It may be that you are still willing to take action, still taking action, and that is why the Wands have not shown up. So in Chinese medicine, which is my background, when the things that show up for you, your diagnosis or whatever, your constitutional tendencies, They show where your imbalances are, where you are most likely to manifest symptoms, what kinds of symptoms you're most likely to have. So if you're a yin type person, you're most likely to have yin type illnesses. If you're a yang type person, you're most likely to have yang type illnesses. Okay, so that's what the diagnoses actually indicate. So the fact that you don't have the fire element here suggests that your fire element is working fine. You may be having issues with your water, earth, and air, or otherwise known as metal. In Chinese medicine, it's we don't have an air element, we have a metal element. Sounds kind of counterintuitive, but that's how it works. Anyway, let's see. What do you need to know about what is troubling you? Perhaps dogma is getting to you. You need to look into your unconscious to see what old patterns are affecting you right now. Your programming is definitely active. I don't think you necessarily see it. Your intuition may be trying to show it to you somehow. You are on the healing journey, the winding road, the long and winding road. Self-discovery, self-realization, patience is needed. Personal growth is still happening. It is a slow-paced kind of process, and maybe you're a little impatient with that. You're probably wishing it weren't quite so long and winding. And it would be nice if you could see just a little bit ahead. At least that's how I've felt so many times. Sometimes I feel like I don't even know what my next step is, and you may be at that point too. But you do know how to be happy. You do know how to lift out of negativity. Look for and see the wonderful things in your life. Have appreciation and gratitude. And just enjoy the little things. And that may be the most productive thing you can do right now. So I'm not really seeing another person, so I'm just seeing more happiness, celebration. Of just life, lightness of being. I'm not sure I'd go with fireworks, honestly. That seems a little excessive. But what is this Archer about? Perhaps you are someone who likes to have a strategy, who likes to have a goal, really likes to work towards their goal. It's all going to work out. Your new dawn is coming. Interesting. You keep throwing me curveballs. So, you certainly desire this new beginning, this sunrise, wish coming true, but this anxiety will not go away. Perhaps the problem here, this is kind of controlling, honestly. The Archer, yes, being focused can be a good thing. Being precise can be a good thing. Being direct But there's a little, maybe a little too much desire to be in control of things, and it's causing more anxiety, more fear, more worry. It's interesting. This came out and fell right next to the mice, but it is the fox. Something's off. So foxes are very, very good at getting into and out of things and places you think it would be impossible for them to get into and out of. And of course, they're sneaky, very sneaky. They're fast. They bounce. It's so amazing. They bounce straight up in the air, 4 feet. I've seen them do it. You've seen Tigger, maybe? That's old cartoon, but Pooh and Tigger. Tigger would bounce on his tail. Foxes bounce, like Tigger. All right. What have we got here? So much desire for success. Big success. But if we look at this column, we're starting with some really unconscious stuff, perhaps maybe a bit explosive coming to the surface in how they come up, express themselves. Then we have the star, so healing, wishes coming true. And here's the wish, success. And of course we have the Swans card, which is the soul connection, soulmate, twin flame, which I don't like that term. Blooming love. Also divination and faith. This is the only card here referring to, well, I mean, this one possibly, but I don't know. I'm just really not getting... I don't feel like there's a strong emphasis on another person here. While there may be a desire for success in relationship, and foxes are monogamous. They're very good partners. So in that regard, it's positive. I suppose that's maybe that's the hidden wish underneath all of this. But there's also anxiety and programming at play here. I think those two are very connected. And still a desire to control the outcome, a desire to, or at least the process. And it's tangling you all up. Even with all the progress you've made, we can always get tangled up. Or tangle ourselves up more accurately, right? And then we can't see straight. But maybe that's what is being asked of you. To be okay with not being able to see right now. This lack of clarity is really in opposition to this desire to be the archer, to be focused, shoot straight, get things done, very goal-oriented. But you are on the long and winding road. You can't shoot straight. You can't shoot around corners. I think you're getting tangled up in your own mind, honestly. And you're probably being called to surrender again. Huh. A detour. A disruption. Rethink priorities. Different path. Obstacle, setback. External force. You're being shaped, hammered, refined. You probably already know what I'm going to say, if you've ever been here before. So the anvil, the blacksmith takes the metal and shapes it on the anvil, takes the red hot glowing metal and pounds it into shape, right? So what you may not know is that the metal can be bent and folded when it's in this state. And every time you fold it over and hammer it, and fold it over and hammer it, it becomes stronger and more flexible. It's a very lengthy process. It's a difficult process. But it produces a great deal of strength and resilience and flexibility. And maybe that's what's being asked of you. Or maybe that's what you're experiencing. You're being shaped like the metal on this anvil. Or you're going through a process that will have that effect on you. We have negotiate, communicate, nervous, ADHD, making contact, noisy. This is not my ADHD card. The squirrel is my ADHD card. But there's definitely a need for communication, negotiation. So there may be some particularly difficult communication issues that need to be addressed, worked out. And we have you or the person on your mind. Perhaps this is the person you need to be communicating with. That's interesting. Calm, cool, and collected. Confident, imposing, powerful, independent. Perhaps time alone. And yet, now we have the loons. Deeply committed. Uncommon bonds. Manifest your deepest desire. Be strong. Stand in your strength. And once again, a renewal of yourself. A return to who you were. A new beginning. Creativity. A new perspective. I think that's most important. So there is going to be some sensitivity and tenderness with this newness. That's always the case, right? If you think of how soft a child, especially a young child's skin is. And we do toughen up over the years. But if you have returned to a new beginning, or to the self, to your original self, some aspect of it, perhaps you are very deeply committed to getting there, even if you're not there yet. But whatever it may be, there's going to be some tenderness, there's going to be some sensitivity, as well as, just inexperienced tenderness, new perspective. You see the world anew, but you also feel like you could easily be impacted by the world. It's not always the most comfortable feeling. It's like when that butterfly first comes out of the cocoon, their wings are wet and crumpled. And it takes some time for them to stretch out, get stronger, dry out. They can't fly right away. And it may be that's what's going on with you. You want this movement forward, but you're still at the crumpled, wet wing stage. Not ready to fly. So patience is called for here, I think. All right, I was going to go with the archetype cards, but I am suddenly being called to the shaman cards. Let's see what we've got here. The Beloved. The Sun. Oh, that's interesting. They had the Sun card here too. The Beloved, number 8. No, 5, sorry. And the Sun, 53. Oh, that's interesting. I said 8, and you got the Sun, which is 53, which reduces to 8. So maybe 8's important. Okay. Let's see what these cards have to say. 5, the Beloved. The essence. The Beloved is the recognition of spirit in another, and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the Beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. The invitation. Accept the invitation to learn through the path of love. Expand your being through union with another. When you recognize the Beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love. The medicine. Be careful with romantic love, the kind of love you fall in and out of. Own all the projections you have placed upon the person you are dreaming of. Remember that they are only mirroring back your own deep longings rather than revealing their true selves. If you fail to notice this, be prepared to walk through the fire of strong emotions once again. All right, I think that's really important, to own all the projections you have placed upon the person you are dreaming of. They are your projections. You need to be aware of them. All right, the Sun, the essence. The Sun is acknowledged by many cultures as the foremost masculine force. In other traditions, it is seen as the feminine in her full power. So, once again, feminine and masculine are arbitrary. They are not representative of any real truth. Okay. The sun allows the most brilliant light for all beings and allows life to sprout from the dark earth. It can be gentle and warming, close to sunrise or sunset, fall or winter, or it can be destructive, as in its zeniths during a scorching summer. The invitation. Have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It is time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. That's what children do, right? You have the child right here. So perhaps your playfulness needs to come out. The medicine. Have you been shining your light for too long? Remember that daylight is only one half of the day. The night must have her equal time, and she offers us her gifts as well. Be careful not to be blinded by your light or the light of others. Do not become enamored with yourself or worship others. Beware your shadow. Ooh, that's interesting. Revel in your midday glory, but do not be afraid of the waning of the light at dusk. So value both aspects of yourself. I'm a little concerned with this beloved here, that the warning against projection onto others and the shadow here. So maybe there's something else you need to look at in yourself. You're not ready to move forward yet. I get that you really want to. But there's something that needs to rise to the surface and be addressed. Again, that's always the case, isn't it? Well, we do get breaks. In any case, you know what to do. You've been on this journey for quite a while. It'll work out. Till next time.